Okay. Can you hear me now?
That's much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Redding, would you state and spell your full name, please, ma'am?
Marionne Danielle Redding, MARIONNE Redding, REDDING. April 15th, 1984. Now I do.
All right. And you made telephone calls regarding Scott Bolles,
Yes.
and you also sent emails regarding Scott Bolles.
Yes.
You also received emails regarding Scott Bolles.
No.
You spoke with Scott Bolles.
Yes.
About how many times did you speak with Scott Bolles?
Based on my notes, approximately 2 times.
10 or 2?
2, TWO.
And those are in your call logs?
Correct.
And do you have a call log other than what was provided to us a couple hours before your deposition today, which is presumably what you've got in front of you? The office?
No.
Okay.
No.
Any text messages?
No.
All right. So telephone calls with Scott Bolles, emails to Scott Bolles, your case notes. What else?
That's it.
Objective form.
No other forms of communication regarding Mr. Bolles' case?
With that.
What? Who are you talking to?
Ask him to
Could you repeat or ask that question in a different way? I'm not understanding your question.
You were a claims adjuster in Scott Bolles for Scott Bolles' claim, right?
Yes.
And you spoke with Scott Bolles.
Yes.
You emailed Scott Bolles.
I emailed Mr. Bolles through the claim file. Yes.
And you also received emails regarding Scott Bolles.
To clarify, the emails received regarding Scott Bolles was only pertaining to this case. And that was emailed to my GEICO email address that I provided to you.
You reviewed the police report in this case.
Yes.
You reviewed Mr. Slaughter's medical records in this case.
Yes.
You also reviewed the photographs in this case.
Which photographs are you referring to?
Photographs of the vehicles.
I cannot confirm or deny if I saw photographs of the vehicles.
Okay. You don't have photographs in your claims file?
There's probably photographs in the claims file. I don't have those available with me, and I don't have access to the claim file.
Now, your telephone calls, you record your telephone conversations too, right?
I do not record my telephone calls.
Your calls with insureds are recorded by GEICO, true?
Not all calls are recorded, but they are, in most cases, most calls are recorded for quality purposes.
Right. Well, did you provide today or bring with you today the recorded conversations with Scott Bolles?
I don't have access to that information.
Why weren't they provided?
because none of us have those conversations, James.
Ms. Redding, why weren't they provided?
I don't have access to that
I would
information.
object to the question. We've already told you those calls don't exist. She told you calls are recorded for
That's
quality control.
false, sir. That's not her testimony. Hmm.
She just said that. I'm
No,
sitting
she
right
did
next to her.
not.
She did.
Ms. Redding, you record telephone calls. GEICO records calls that you make to insureds. You just testified to that, right?
I stated that most calls are recorded for quality and
ma'am.
training purposes.
And that would include calls with Mr. Bolles in this case.
I cannot confirm or deny if a phone call to or from Mr. Bolles is recorded or was
But your
recorded.
understanding is they're recorded though by GEICO. You may
Object,
answer.
object to the form of the question. She's already answered that
You
some
may
are
answer.
and some aren't.
I cannot confirm or deny if all calls are recorded by GEICO.
Give me any evidence that you have, anything in the solar system that suggests to you that your calls with Scott Bolles, unlike all the other calls at GEICO, were not recorded.
I cannot confirm or deny if they were not or recorded.
But you didn't bring any of those recordings with you today.
I do not have access to those recordings if they
Yes,
are
ma'am.
available.
And who's got access to those?
I don't know.
GEICO?
Someone at GEICO, but I don't
Yes,
know.
ma'am. You just don't know who, right? Is that fair?
They don't exist, James.
Oh,
Asked and answered.
stop, man. I mean, we're taking this up with the court already. At the conclusion of the
I'm happy
So
to.
do you have any idea who it is at GEICO that can get us the recorded conversations?
I do not know.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as exhibit, right?
Since 2014,
Since 2014.
since I received my license.
I'm going to show you what has been marked as plaintiff's exhibit 2.
I'm serious.
What's that? That's your LinkedIn page, is that right?
Correct.
And I mean, of course, you're truthful in your LinkedIn page.
That's not updated, but correct.
Well, it reads here, claims adjuster GEICO full-time. Do you see that experience? You see that okay? Got the little
Correct.
echo right next to it.
Uh-huh.
This is probably what, like the all-time best marketing. And it reads here, May 2012 to present.
Mm-hmm.
Does that refresh your recollection about when you started to work at GEICO?
Yes, I started work at GEICO in May of 2012. However, I did not start as a claims adjuster.
Yes, ma'am. So from May 2012 until 2014, you did what?
I worked in the service department
Yes,
on a
ma'am.
hybrid, and then I transitioned to total loss department, and then I started in the claims department as a claims service representative.
All right. And you have a claims manual, a GEICO manual?
No, I do not.
You have policies and procedures that you follow when you adjust claims.
Yes, there are policies and procedures.
And those are GEICO policies and GEICO procedures.
Correct.
And you follow those?
Yes.
And you're required to follow those, right?
Yes,
Now, prior to working at GEICO, you were at the Bibb County Sheriff's Department? Is that right?
yes.
And why did you leave the Bibb County Sheriff's Department?
What's the relevance of that question?
Just answer my question, please.
Could you repeat your question?
No, ma'am.
He's in New York history. Just never mind.
What was I don't remember the question.
Why did you leave the Bibb County Sheriff's Office?
To pursue the job with GEICO.
Yes, ma'am. Why did you leave?
To pursue a position at GEICO.
Did you quit or were you terminated?
I put in a 2 weeks notice.
Why'd you put in a 2 weeks notice?
Objection asked and answered. She's already explained that to you.
You're refusing to answer that question.
She's already answered it. Move on.
I'm not, no. If you have an objection, make it. No more speaking.
Yes, asked and answered. Move on.
What other reasons other than pursuing a job at GEICO?
To pursue a job at GEICO.
Yes, ma'am. I said, what other reasons?
To pursue a job at GEICO.
When did you first have a job offer at GEICO?
My starting date was May of 2012. I can't
And when
remember
did
the
you
exact
leave
date.
the Bibb County Sheriff's Department?
May of 2012.
You still have connection.
You agree that, what's that?
Sorry, James. My computer just went off. My connection died because we're in a conference room that's got bad service. So, but her connection's still fine, so we can keep going.
That's fine. Or you're in the same room, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I don't, you may have to turn the volume off one of the,
We already have.
okay. Has your license ever been suspended or revoked?
No,
You agree that,
I'm sorry, James. Were you asking about her insurance license or driver's license?
insurance license?
no, my insurance license has not been suspended or revoked.
Has your driver's license been suspended or revoked?
Walked into that one.
Yeah, in 2004, 2005, 6,
Yes, ma'am.
they were suspended for 6 months for speeding.
Okay. And that was in Bibb County?
Well, at the time I was living in Houston County,
Houston County. Where's Houston County?
Warner Robins.
You understand that as a claims adjuster, you have to comply with Georgia law.
Yes,
You have a duty to GEICO's insureds of good faith
yes,
and fair dealing.
yes,
And to be honest with the insureds.
yes,
You have to be truthful with the insureds,
yes,
and you have to investigate claims.
yes,
That's part of the requirements there at GEICO. Before you pay a claim, you investigate the claim,
correct.
fully investigate it.
Investigated, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Well, okay. What word would you use? A complete, thorough investigation?
You said the right word, fully investigate.
Okay. You agree that you have to be ethical as an
Yes,
adjuster? And these are things that in your coursework before you became certified, you learned these things, right?
Yes,
And you've also had additional training there at GEICO over the last 12 years or so.
yes.
And you paid Broderick Slaughter's claim?
I did not pay Broderick Slaughter's claim. We settled Broderick Slaughter's claim.
Okay. And what was the settlement amount?
Policy, I believe we paid 25,000 policy limits.
So you paid the $25,000 policy limits to Broderick Slaughter on behalf of your insured Scott Bolles.
We paid $25,000 policy limits for Broderick Slaughter's bodily injury claim that he presented with his attorney, him and his attorney.
On behalf of Scott Bolles, your insured.
Yes, Mr. Bowles' policy. Yes,
And before you did that, you investigated Mr. Slaughter's claim.
yes,
And when you investigated his claim, you of course reviewed the police report.
yes,
You reviewed Mr. Slaughter's medical records.
Mr. Slaughter, we received a medical bill for Mr. Slaughter that was over Mr. Bowles' policy limits.
Yes, ma'am. And you also reviewed his medical records. I believe you already testified about that.
I can't confirm or deny if his medical records were provided, but we received a bill from the hospital that was over Mr. Bowles' policy limits.
Yes, ma'am. And before you did that, you reviewed the police report, right? Just 3 pages.
Yes,
Okay. Now, there's some correspondence with Mr. Bolles. I'd like to show you some of that. Madam Court Reporter, if I send you these documents in the chat, opposing counsel, I can do that for you too. Let me go ahead and. Is that good? The way we usually do this, I go ahead and send these documents in the chat so that you've got them. Is that okay?
That'll be fine. Do you know if you've already provided them with the agency? If not, you can go ahead and put them in the chat and I'll have them.
Agency. You're not with ACR?
Yes. So you can go ahead and
Okay.
put them in the chat and I'll just attach them to the transcript if you get that.
All right, I'll do that now. What's that?
I'm
So I
telling
just,
her,
I
we're trying to open these,
apologize. What was that?
we're trying to open up these records. You
Oh,
put
got it.
it's only giving me the option to pay.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, that's just the license and LinkedIn account.
I'm going to show you what is, will this be number 3, Madam Court Reporter? Is that right?
That's correct.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and just send the whole, this is a document production before today that we've received from GEICO.
And you know what, it may be easier, James, if I think I've got all those documents that you're referring to. If you could just give us the date and who it was addressed to, I can just pull it out and we can look at the paper copy.
That'll be fine. I still want them to be an exhibit to the deposition.
Sure.
Thank you. All right, and 3 is going to be the entire document production by GEICO, and then I'm going to use pieces of this as we go. How's that sound? Is that what you were thinking? Mr. Is it Tara? Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to show you what's now been marked as Exhibit 4. And this is correspondence provided by GEICO in this case. Can you see that all right? And if at any time you can't see this, when I show it to you, you just stop me, okay? And right now, this is a total of 20 pages, and I'm scrolling down to page 4 of 20 on Exhibit 4. Do you see that?
Yes,
That's a letter from you dated August 20, 2019 to Mr. Scott Bolles, right?
yes,
And it's signed by you, Marionne Redding, and that's your number, 478-621-1894, right?
yes.
And I'm going to highlight for you.
Mhm.
Right here in this first paragraph, it reads, see the highlighted portion now?
Mhm.
We have investigated the details of the loss, and it appears our insured is Scott Bolles, right?
Mhm.
Is that a yes? I know we all do that,
Yes,
but it's very difficult for her to take that down. Our
yes,
insured is 100% responsible, and you wrote in the accident, you meant for the collision in the case, right?
yes,
And investigated the details of the loss. You did that to reach that conclusion, right? You hear me okay?
initial, so that letter, that initial letter is, was sent prior to the investigation.
It reads August 20, 2019. Are you saying you did no investigation by August 20th?
No, we investigated the claim. That's a contact letter. Initially, when that letter was sent out, the liability was at 100%.
Okay. 100% Scott Bolles' fault.
Yes,
The collision was 100% Scott Bolles' fault. That's what you wrote here, right?
yes,
And that's why you paid a claim on behalf of Scott Bolles, right?
based on the liability.
And his premiums increased as a result of your payment on his behalf. Is that right?
I don't have details about his premium increasing or decreasing. I handle only claims.
You know that a GEICO insured pays a higher premium if he's been responsible for road wrecks, right?
I do not know that.
Who at GEICO would know that?
I don't know. That's not in my area of expertise.
And when you studied, when you got your certificate, that never came up?
No,
That you pay a higher premium if you cause road wrecks than if you do not cause road wrecks? You've been with GEICO for 12 years and you're telling me this is the first time you've ever heard that?
I handle claims.
Yes, ma'am. That wasn't my
don't-
question. There.
I understand what your question was. I handle claims, so I don't have any knowledge of premiums and the reason premiums increase or decrease.
You agree that if the police officer is investigating the scene, you never went out to the scene, right?
I do not investigate accidents on the scene.
Yes, ma'am. And you never went out to look at Mr. Bolles' vehicle?
I do not handle vehicle damages
Yes,
to
ma'am.
inspect, and I do not inspect vehicle damages.
And my question's a little different. You never went to inspect physically Scott Bolles' vehicle after the collision, right?
No, because I do not inspect vehicles.
Same for Mr. Slaughter's vehicle, right?
I do not inspect vehicles
Right.
for Mr. Slaughter as well.
Yes, ma'am. You did read the police report that, right?
Yes, I read the police report.
And you didn't have any reason to believe the police officers were being untruthful.
Based on what I can remember on the police report, the police officer got statements from both parties, both drivers.
Yes, ma'am. Also an independent third party, right?
An unnamed third party, but yeah.
Someone other than the two parties to the collision.
Correct.
And well, list for me every reason you believe the police officers made a false report.
Object to the form of the question. She didn't say he made a false report.
You may answer.
I did not say the police officer made a false report. I stated that the police officer got statements from both drivers on the
Right.
scene.
Right. And it's your understanding that what the police officers investigating the scene of the collision wrote in their report was true.
I object to the
Yeah,
question. The police report contains hearsay information from the individuals involved. He just recorded that. If you're asking him are you asking her if she thinks the police officer accurately recorded that information?
And we're taking this up. Do you have an objection if you do make it?
I did. I object to the form of the question. It's unclear. It's ambiguous. What exactly are you asking her about the police report?
Ms. Redding, you read the police report.
Can I see a time? Yes, I've read the police report.
And you took that police report as true.
I took the police report as for what it was, the statements from both drivers,
Yes,
from the
ma'am.
police officer.
And that the police officers investigating the collision recorded truthfully what they observed at the scene.
I can't confirm or deny that. I was not there.
So this brings us back. Tell me everything that makes you think those police officers recording anything in that accident report that is inaccurate or false or untrue in any way.
I can't confirm or deny that unless the police officer provides body cam footage that shows exactly what happened on the scene. That's the only way you can get 100% factual information.
Yeah, objection, non-responsive, move to strike. In the police report, you've got it in your hands, right?
Correct.
And I want you to tell me any reason to believe that what the officers recorded here, this is the officer's record of the scene investigation, is inaccurate or untrue.
I can't answer for what the officer put in his police report. I was not on scene.
And that's not my question. Please listen to my question. All right? Please.
I
My
think she did.
question is,
Try it again.
as you sit here, I want to know any part of this police report that you contend was recorded inaccurately by the investigating police officers. Start from the top.
Objection calls for speculation. She can't be in the mind of the police
Give me an
officer.
answer.
I cannot account for what the police officer put in the police report on July 20th of 2019 at 20:57 p.m. as I was not on the scene.
So you want to be on YouTube, right?
That's fine.
Yeah. So I'm looking at, do you believe that the police officers accurately recorded the date?
I don't understand how he could have the date wrong. He reported to the
Yeah, you
scene.
don't, they didn't lie about the date, did they? You think they lied about the date?
She's not testified that.
I'm not questioning the police report.
Well, that was my question. It's pretty straightforward, really.
It's really not, James. I'm not even sure what you're asking, but so I object to the form of the question. Subject to that, you can answer.
Show you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 5 to your deposition.
You identify the document.
Yeah, it's a police report from July 2019 for the collision involving Scott Bolles and Broderick Slaughter. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, point out to me everything on Exhibit 5, the police report, that you feel in any way is inaccurate.
I cannot confirm or deny if anything in this police report is inaccurate.
That's not my question. I didn't say confirm, or did you hear me say confirm or deny?
You asked me to point out, that's
Yes, ma'am.
confirming.
Point out anything in this police report that you believe, for whatever reason, any reason in the entire solar system, is inaccurate.
I don't know.
Okay. Now, if you look at, see page 1 of 3 here, the very top left corner, you see this box, it's checked. Can you see that all right?
Mm-hmm.
You see where it says Unit 1, that's Mr. Slaughter's vehicle, right? Broderick Slaughter, do you see that?
Yes.
And he was driver 1, right?
Yes.
And you see this check mark immediately beneath driver 1, where it says SUSP capital AT, capital FAULT. That means suspect at fault, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right. So the investigating police officers wrote here that Broderick Slaughter was at fault for causing the collision.
Yes.
And if you go on down to the very bottom of this same document that you've testified already that you had reviewed, there's also a statement that the police officer took from a third party. You read that too, before saying Mr. Bolles was 100% responsible for the collision, right? You
Yes,
heard-
I read that.
And you read here where it says driver number 2, that's Scott Bolles, right?
Yes,
And an unknown witness at the scene indicated that vehicle 1, that's Broderick Slaughter, right?
yes,
Did not have its lights on at the time of the collision. You see that?
yes,
Upon inspection of vehicle 1's headlights, again, that's Broderick Slaughter, right?
yes,
It was intact and not been bent, indicating the headlight was, do you see that? Not on at the time of the collision.
yes,
So the investigating police officer confirmed that Broderick Slaughter was driving at 8:45 at night with no headlights on, right?
correct.
And you still wrote Mr. Bolles and told him he was 100% at fault for this wreck. That's what you wrote. We can pull that letter back up. Let me pull it back up for you, Miss Redding.
No, you don't have to. I remember the letter.
Okay. And you remember you told Mr. Bolles he was 100% at fault, right?
That letter, as I mentioned, was sent prior
Ma'am, I
to,
want first you answer my question and then you can explain it. We got 6 hours. So-
that letter was sent to your client, yes.
Okay. And there's no reason for you to believe any of that was inaccurate or untrue, right?
At that time, correct.
Well, what about at this time? Do you think the police officers that wrote that lied in that police report?
But this is public record. I don't know if I
Ma'am,
don't think
that's
the
not my
police,
question. I want to know.
I don't
if
think
you
the police
that these
officer would have
police
lied
officers
in the
lied
record.
when they wrote that.
I'm not saying that the police officer lied.
Right, because you believe the police officers to be truthful when they prepared this report. Right?
Correct.
And you still sent Mr. Bolles that letter saying it was his fault, right?
Yes, he received that initial letter.
And that's the GEICO, Scott Bolles is a GEICO insured, right?
Yes,
Yeah, he's paying over $6,000 a year for insurance and has been for a decade. And you told him he was responsible for the collision? Don't look over there, look at me. Isn't that what you did?
Don't, first of all, don't talk to the witness that way. You're being
If
harassed.
she wants to take a break, I mean, she can take a break.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna
I've got
take a break.
questions. This is not for you to coach her.
We're taking a
I've
break.
already done it enough. What's that? So we're staying on the record, Madam Court Reporter. Keep the video rolling. Stand on the record, Madam Court Reporter. Keep the video rolling.
All right, we're back from our break.
What was the last question, Madam Court Reporter? Just for my benefit, please. It's a beautiful dress.
Your last question to her was, and you told him that he was responsible for the collision.
And did she answer that question, Madam Court Reporter?
Let's see here. No, she did not. You told her, don't look over there, look at me.
Can I get an answer to that question, please, Ms. Rupp?
The liability decision was provided to Mr. Bolles in writing. I did not have a phone conversation with him about his, whether he was at fault or not.
That didn't answer the question, Madam.
James, I'm not trying to interrupt you.
Read back my question, please, Madam Court Reporter.
And James, I'm not trying to be argumentative. He's asking you, did you make that liability decision that he was
No,
100%?
read back my question, please. I mean, thank you.
I'm sorry, James, I'm not trying to, I thought that's what you were asking. If that's not what you're asking, then that's my fault.
I told him he was at fault.
The last thing you said was that did not answer the question.
Yeah, the question before that.
Okay, that will be the question, before they went on.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
You gonna read that back or play it back? The last question before break that she did not answer.
Your last thing was, and you told him he was responsible for the collision.
Right.
Yes, I sent him a letter that stated he was responsible for the collision.
100% responsible.
The initial letter stated 100%. However, once I had to reevaluate the liability decision, a second letter was sent out to him advising him of the shared responsibility.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Your letter said that Scott Bolles was 100% responsible for the collision.
Yes, the initial letter, yes.
That was after you read this police report, which is Exhibit 5 to your deposition.
The police report is used as a tool. If the police report was on the file at the time that I received it, I had to re-review the liability decision, and at that time, I used the police report and requested recorded statements from Mr. Bolles as well as Mr. Slaughter in writing.
And you said that you wanted to see the body cam, but you never requested that?
No, I did not say I wanted to see the body cam. When I mentioned about the body cam, you was asking me about the facts of the police report and the police officer. And I said, you could generally get 100% fact from the body cam footage if the officer had body cam footage or wore body cam footage.
That was available, but you never requested it in this case, right?
Objective form, we don't know if it was available.
You may answer.
Typically, if body cam footage is available, the officer would put in the narrative the body cam footage was worn. In this
Well-
case, I do not see that body cam footage was documented in this officer's report.
Well, we got it. We didn't have any trouble getting it. You think you would have had trouble getting it?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, you use, it looks like this document GEICO provided us today, that's Atlas, right? The Atlas system?
That's the program we use,
Yes, ma'am. And what is the Atlas system?
the claims program that we use.
And that's got your claims file entries for Scott Bolles collision with Broderick Slaughter, right?
Correct.
Now, before going to work at GEICO, you were in law enforcement,
Yes,
Bibb County Sheriff's Department, right?
yes.
And what did you do for the Bibb County Sheriff's Department?
I was a deputy sheriff. I was a jailer.
Okay, so you worked at the jail.
Correct.
And have you ever been arrested or charged with driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs?
Yes.
When were you arrested and charged with driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs?
I was arrested October 29th of 2023.
October 29th, 2023. Any other arrests for driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs?
No,
On October 29th, 2023, were you drinking alcohol or using drugs or?
I'm gonna object to the questions.
something like
And is that a pending matter?
it's resolved.
It's already been adjudicated.
Mhm.
James, I recognize you can ask a witness about their criminal history. I'm not trying to stop you from that, but I don't want us to get too far afield of what the relevant questions are for this case for as an adjuster for GEICO. So I just ask that we not get too far afield. That's all, and I would object if we do. But go ahead and answer the question.
What was the last, could you repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am. In October 2023, when you were arrested and charged with DUI, were you under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both?
I'm gonna,
You may answer.
yeah, I'm gonna object, and I'm instructing her not to answer. You can ask her if she pled guilty to a charge or she was found guilty. I'm not going to permit her to be questioned any further about this particular matter. That's all that's admissible and all I'm going to allow her to answer.
You pled guilty?
No,
You pled not guilty?
yes,
And you had a trial?
no,
You entered a plea?
I can provide you, I can, have my attorney that represented me.
What was the disposition?
Who was that lawyer?
Give the disposition.
Whatever the
The
disposition.
disposition was reckless driving.
So you pled to reckless driving?
Correct.
And you're refusing to answer the question about whether you were using drugs or alcohol?
I'm instructing her that she does not need to answer those questions. They're not relevant. That information is not admissible, and you're not going to get into her personal life to that degree. So we're not going there.
You're saying it has what, nothing to do with this case? Is that right?
It has zero to do with this case.
Okay. You, and we'll take that up.
Okay.
You, in law enforcement, as a jailer there in Bibb County, you housed, inmates that had been convicted of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both.
Yes,
And you were also an officer aware that, or deputy, I guess deputy sheriff, is that right?
yes,
You were a deputy, that driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both is dangerous.
I'm going to object to this line of questioning. It's way outside the bounds of what's relevant in this case. She's already answered as to the disposition of that charge. We need to move on.
No, are you instructing her not to answer that question?
Yeah, I'm instructing her not to answer. She does not have to open up her entire personal history that has nothing to do with the purpose of her being here as a witness, as a GEICO employee.
Yeah, we're taking that up. That was a different question. My question was whether she agrees that driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both is dangerous.
What does that have to do with your
And I don't,
bad
you know,
faith claim? Nope,
Are
sorry.
you instructing her not to answer the question?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
And we're
And-
gonna end this deposition really fast, James.
Do whatever you feel like you
Okay.
need to do, man. We'll
All right.
take it up.
Keep moving on.
And you agree that driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs or both can maim and kill people,
I
right?
refuse to answer your question.
I'm objecting to the question. If we don't move on, I'm in the deposition now.
Okay. And so you're objecting to any questions about the use of drugs or alcohol and driving?
They have zero to do with this case.
And what makes you say that?
Because all she did was adjust a claim. That is why she's here. Okay. I understand you're alleging that Mr. Slaughter had some drugs in his system. But what does that have to do with her work history as a sheriff's deputy? I don't understand the relevance.
You gotta be kidding me, man. I know you're not, you're a lot brighter than that and you know better. But, we'll just reconvene the deposition. So you're instructing her not to answer any questions about drugs or alcohol, right?
In what way does it pertain to this case?
Man, I'm not gonna do this again. You know, if you're instructing her not to answer, is that it? We'll take it up.
Well,
If it's going to have some connection to your allegation that the other driver had THC in his system, then I think it's appropriate. But if it's getting into her personal life, I think that's outside the bounds of this deposition.
That's in her personal life, those were her personal views.
What does that have to do with her
Oh,
adjusting this
man, I'm
claim?
not gonna, this is not like, Jesus, are you serious?
Yeah,
Are you
I'm serious. Are you serious?
I'm deadly serious. I look serious.
This is
You think this is a funny case, man?
yeah, it's a
You think
property
GEICO
damage
treating
claim.
people like this is it funny to you?
This
Maybe
is a
that's part of the
magistrate
problem.
court case.
What?
This is a mag court case, man. I used to do this when I was a first year lawyer. I mean, what are we
Maybe.
doing here?
Yeah, but that's
I'll let her answer the question about drugs and we can move on. Go ahead.
already instructed
right.
not to answer it. So you changed your mind. Or you just want to waste time.
Pardon me?
Or you just want to waste time. You hear me all right?
No, I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
Or do you just want to waste time?
What's your question?
Are you just doing this to waste time because you know the court reporter's got to read it back after you do that over and over and over again? Maybe
Believe
that's
me.
where you belong in magistrate court.
Well, maybe you wouldn't take cases that belong in magistrate court if you were doing something more important.
Maybe what?
You heard me.
No, I
Move
did
on.
not.
What's your question? Ask it. Can you not remember it?
No.
Or
Read
do you
it
have
back, Miss Court Reporter.
Sir, are you referring to the question that you asked, Mr. Terrell, I believe, or Mrs. Redding?
Miss Redding.
Your last thing was driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol can kill people. And Ms. Redding stated, I refuse to answer.
You agree with that, Miss Redding? Driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol or both can kill people,
Yes,
can seriously injure people.
yes,
You agree that it's dangerous to drive a vehicle under the influence of drugs or alcohol or both.
yes,
In addition to the police report. Let me show you what, is this Exhibit 6, Madam Court Reporter? Is that, am I on Exhibit 6? Have I got that?
Yes, Exhibit
Thank you.
6.
Yes, ma'am.
What is Exhibit 6?
I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as Exhibit 6 to your deposition. This is a portion of Mr. Slaughter's medical record. Remember reviewing this?
No, I do not remember.
Okay, Exhibit 6, page 26, you see where it reads 7/20/2019. That's the day of the collision, right?
Yes,
And this is Broderick Slaughter. He was a defendant, right? The driver,
yes,
the police officer said was responsible for the collision, right?
yes,
And this is a drug screen. Do you see that?
yes,
And you see where it reads THC detected? Do you know what THC is?
yes,
THC is found in marijuana, right? If you know.
yes, yes,
And it reads that there was THC in Broderick Slaughter's blood at the time of this collision, right?
yes,
When we go down to page 156 of the same Exhibit 6, again, it reads THC detected, right?
yes,
And beneath that, you see it reads drugs screened and detection threshold. That means you've got to have a minimum of this amount for it to show up in this test, right?
okay,
And you see where it reads threshold, detection threshold for THC. THC is 50 nanograms per milliliter. Is that right?
that's what it reads.
And you understand that that is an unsafe amount of THC to be driving.
Objection, it's outside of her area of expertise.
You may
Can
answer.
answer that.
I don't know if it's unsafe or not. I'm not familiar with that.
Do you use marijuana?
No,
Do you-
Objection, you're not gonna get into her personal life like that.
I'm going on down to the next page. You see that? $156. Actually, there's another page. We'll make it another. So in addition to the investigating police officers saying that Broderick Slaughter was at fault for causing the collision, and in addition to the police officers reporting that he was driving at dark with no headlights, and in addition to him being under the influence of THC or marijuana at the time of the collision, you still sent Scott Bolles a letter saying the collision was 100% his fault.
I'm object to the question, assumes facts, not evidence. She didn't know that he had that in it, or that medical record reflected that about THC. She just told you she didn't know anything about it. Subject to that, she can answer.
Objection to the colloquy. We'll take that up with the court. You may answer.
at the time I sent the letter, that the letter was sent to Mr. Bowles regarding the liability, we did not have Mr. Slaughter's medical records.
Well, you testified earlier that you did have them.
No, you asked me if I reviewed Mr. Slaughter's medical records. I said I cannot confirm or deny if I reviewed his medical records. To issue out payment for his bodily injury claim, we received the hospital bill And as you can see also, he spent 3 days in the hospital.
So you got his medical records later? Is that your testimony now?
I can't confirm or deny if we ever received his medical records. We received a bill and made a decision to pay the claim.
Well, you've got your notes there, 103 pages, right? Let's go ahead and make those Exhibit 7 to your deposition. And these, I notice these are heavily redacted. We'll get into that. There's Exhibit 7.
I can't confirm or deny if we ever received Mr. Slaughter's medical records.
So you settle medical claims without looking at the medical records?
We received a bill that was outside of,
Answer my question first, please, and you can explain. You settle medical claims at GEICO without medical records. Is that right?
yes, we will.
And where in the GEICO adjuster's manual or any of the policies or procedures does it say to settle medical claims without medical records?
I don't have access to that information.
Well, you have access to it when you investigate a claim, right?
I think he's waiting for you to answer whatever the question that was he just made. I'm gonna object to the form of the question, subject that you can answer.
Yes,
I'm going to show you what's been previously marked. Is this 7, Madam Court Reporter?
This is 8.
Okay, thank you. Which is Exhibit 8 to your deposition, which is a document we were provided today. A couple hours before your deposition. And it looks like here, this is on page 24. This is an entry by you dated 8/27/2019, 12:45 PM. No med pay on policy. This is correspondence to Scott Bolles, right? From you.
Yes,
And you told him that he didn't have any medical payments coverage, right?
that's what the letter states, yes.
Yeah. In other words, he didn't have any coverage to pay his medical bills. That's what you told him, right?
His own medical bills, yes.
And also no coverage for his own bodily injury claims, right?
If you're going off of terminology, bodily injury, based on the coverages is third party. For Mr. Bowles' injuries, they would be considered first party, and the first party coverage for him in this claim would be medical payments, which he did not have on his policy.
Okay, so his policy provided for the medical payments of Mr. Slaughter, but not for medical payments for Mr. Bowles.
Mr. Slaughter's medical bills were paid through the bodily injury coverage.
Right.
Mhm.
But Mr. Bowles didn't have that coverage. That's why his weren't paid.
Correct, it was not available.
And then well, let me close this. I apologize. And that would be the same. So in other words, it's the same for loss of income or employment. Mr. Bowles' policy would pay for someone he injured, but not for his own injuries.
Yes,
Um,
if
And that's what you told him.
we're looking at the coverages that he
Yep.
have,
That's right. Now, any other, you didn't bring any claims manuals with you here today?
no,
Are those part of this Atlas system you were talking about?
no,
Okay. I'd like to talk for you a little bit about your training at GEICO. In your training, you were taught, well, first of all, for your certification, you understood that you had a fiduciary duty, an obligation to your insureds that you were adjusting for, right?
yes,
You also were taught that you had a good faith duty to insureds like GEICO's insureds like Scott Bolles. You had to use good faith, right?
yes,
And fair dealing. You had to be fair with Mr. Bolles
correct, yes,
and honest with Mr. Bolles.
yes,
I mean, common sense, really, right?
yes,
Also, that you had a duty to investigate the claim on behalf of GEICO's insureds, including Mr. Bolles.
yes,
Also, not to be untruthful with GEICO's insurers like Mr. Bolles, right?
correct, yes.
Now, you adjusted the claim for Scott Bolles.
Which part of the claim are you referring to?
Well, it's my understanding that there were two adjusters on for the claim that arose from the collision with Broderick Slaughter and Scott Bolles. Is that right?
It's possible that there are multiple adjusters. We all have different responsibilities.
I believe that, do you know someone named Adam Smith?
I don't know him. I know of the name in the claim.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes, one of the names listed in the claim.
Yes, ma'am. And that was Adam Smith, not, not the economist. He was a fellow claims adjuster at GEICO, right?
Yes,
Did you have any conversations with him regarding Scott Bolles' claim?
I don't know.
Do you recall any?
I do not recall any.
Can you show me any in the, that, I believe it's Exhibit 8, your claim notes that we got?
If any conversations were had with Mr. Adams, it would be documented in the claim notes.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Smith, sorry.
That's all right. I know there are a lot of this has been taken out too. You see where the stuff has been removed?
Yes,
And the one you've got also has stuff that's been removed, right?
yes.
And what's your understanding about why portions of this were removed?
I'm going to object to that. It calls for attorney-client privilege of work product. Those decisions were made by the lawyers, and so anything that she knows, if anything, is privileged communication.
Well, we don't have the privilege log required by USCR 5.5 for any of this. Why is that? Counsel.
We've already done a privilege log in this case. You got it with our discovery responses.
You're talking about the single page?
Yes. We had indicated that claim notes were privileged. I mean, if we can have this discussion on the record, just so it's clear why the decision was made to provide it. We wanted to make sure that it was clear to everyone about what Ms. Redding's communications were with your client. And the best record is the business record of the claim notes where she documented that information. And that's why we wanted you to have that information, thought it was fair for you to have it. But we did object to producing that initially in discovery, which is pretty typical for claim notes because they contain all kinds of privileged communications.
Yeah, I'm just a simple man, so I'm gonna have to pull this up. I think, is this Exhibit 9, Madam Court Reporter? Thank you. So we're going to refer to Exhibit 9 for a moment, which is a privilege log in this case that you were referring to. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
And it's got here, I see up in the upper left, Liberty Mutual Insurance claim notes. Is
Well,
that, sir?
that I'm sorry, James, that obviously is a typo, probably left there from using another privilege log from another
No,
case.
that's Liberty Mutual was Mr. Slaughter's carrier. So
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'm sorry. Then that might be correct.
All right.
Can you scroll down a little bit lower?
Yeah, but I want to go through it all. But I mean, that's the whole thing. That's what we've got right there.
Gotcha.
Unless there's something that I'd overlooked or wasn't provided.
No.
Sir, I'm sorry.
No, I don't believe. No, that's the only privilege log I'm aware of.
Okay. So, Ms. Redding, do you see where it reads from? Is it your understanding that Liberty Mutual Insurance was the carrier for Broderick Slaughter in this case?
Yes,
And you had correspondence with Liberty Mutual?
yes,
And you had correspondence with Liberty Mutual regarding this case?
yes.
And that was removed from Plaintiff's Exhibit 8 to your deposition today.
Are you asking me or telling me it was removed?
Well, if I'm asked, if it's me, it's a question.
I don't think Ms. Redding is aware of what we produced and what we didn't produce.
All right, and if you don't have any idea, Ms. Redding, you can just tell me you don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Same for, see the second row. I think I always have to it takes me a second, but the rows go left to right or across and the columns go up and down. So the second row where it also reads Liberty Mutual Insurance, you see that?
Yes,
Claim notes, correspondence, other documents regarding claims other than plaintiff's subject claim. You see that?
yes,
Now, you communicated with Liberty Mutual regarding this claim. The Bolles slaughter claim, right?
mm-hmm.
Is that a yes? I know we all do.
I'm sorry, yes,
That's all right. And then below that, I think this is stuff, if it's with, is it Cruiser? Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes.
Mitchell, Novitz, Sanchez, Gaston, and Zemet. I'm not asking about any of that stuff. These first two rows, you had communication with Liberty Mutual Insurance regarding Scott Bolles' collision with Broderick Slaughter on July 20th, 2019, right?
yes.
And that's been removed from that document in front of you.
I don't know.
Well, you mentioned earlier that there are portions that had been removed, right?
Yes,
Okay, let me see. Let me pull it back up. When you refer to Liberty Mutual in your notes, did you write out Liberty or did you have any sort of shorthand for that?
if Liberty appears in the notes under the fourth column where it says related to, it'll show Liberty Mutual.
Okay, I'm gonna pull that up again. And I'm searching for Liberty and I don't see that. But
Yep.
you wouldn't, Liberty Mutual, you would have referred to them as Liberty, Liberty. No other way that you can think of, right? Like LM or Lib.
James.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nothing nothing that was redacted out of the claim notes have anything to do with that privilege log and any Liberty Mutual documents or information. So
We need a privilege log for this then.
right. And so
We don't have that yet.
no, we don't. And let me just if you could just hold on for just a sec.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So at the very top, it's where it says Liberty Mutual, the claim notes.
Yeah.
That's actually supposed to be GEICO. I just asked my associate Grace, and that's what she just confirmed. That's what I thought. So that's what that's referring to, not Liberty Mutual claim notes. We wouldn't have had Liberty Mutual claim notes in our. So I apologize for the.
So it's just a coincidence? Is that what you're saying?
What's that?
It was just a coincidence then?
No, it was just a mistake by Grace.
Yeah, but my point is, hold on. You see that? That Liberty Mutual is Mr. Slaughter's carrier.
No, I understand that. The very first
So that's
line.
just a coincidence. And I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's what I was talking about, coincidence.
If you look below, it
Yep.
says Liberty Mutual Insurance, the second one, go up. The second one refers to Liberty Mutual and anything we had in our file about that. The very first line should have been GEICO and not Liberty Mutual. That was a mistake. So we'll get you a corrected copy, but that was a mistake that Grace had made. She just confirmed that for me. So I
All right.
apologize for the
That's all right.
confusion.
That's all right. And you'll get us a privilege log for her notes too then.
Correct.
And now one concern or question I have, these are two different, one is claim notes and one is claim notes, correspondence and other documents regarding claims other than plaintiff's subject claim. In other words, the way I first read this, because Liberty Mutual was involved, that and these were segregated or separated because one is for claim notes for this case and one is for, apparently
Slaughter's case.
mixed, yeah. But that's not the case, right?
Um,
You can find out. You don't have to tell me now.
yeah. Okay.
Why don't we, I tell you, well, it's 4. Look, we'll go for a bit more, but we're going to have to reconvene this deposition, obviously. Do you agree with that?
I I don't agree with that. I mean, you've got the information in front of you. What else do you need to ask her
Oh, we're
about?
missing the pieces of this have been, we'll continue though. Now, as part of your training, both to get your certificate from the state of Georgia and at GEICO, you learned how to adjust property damage claims, right?
No,
You don't know how to adjust a property damage claim?
no, I do not adjust property damage claims.
Okay. Do you agree that you have to value property to, you don't value it?
I don't value property damage claims.
Okay, but you agree that you have to do that, right?
I don't have to do that. That's not my job. That's not part of my responsibility.
And it never
That's
has
not,
been.
that's not my job description. No, correct.
And you can get your certificate without knowing the first thing about adjusting a property damage claim.
The license is for property and casualty. However, I only deal with more so the injury part of claims.
Yes, ma'am. But when you got your certificate, you were taught about
We was
handling
taught
property.
how,
Yeah, go ahead.
yes, we were taught how to understand coverages and policy contracts.
Okay. And you agree that to value property, to adjust the claim, you have to value similar property, right?
I'm not familiar with the process of evaluating property.
Okay. I'm going to add to I'm going to show you what's been marked as I think we're on 10. Is that right? Show what's been previously marked as Exhibit 10 to your deposition. Do you see that? That is an email or correspondence from me or someone in my office dated August 21, 2019. You ever seen that before?
No,
You see that this is to Shanquetta Stanley at Liberty Mutual Insurance Company.
Yes,
regarding Scott Bolles,
yes,
Broderick's collision date July 2019. What I'd like to know is how you at GEICO came by that letter.
I don't know.
Well, you share information with Liberty Mutual because it's another carrier in the case?
I don't know. I've never seen this letter before.
Okay. And my second question was a little different. When there are two carriers, one's GEICO and one is, let's say, Liberty Mutual, you share information with one another on the same claim.
Depends on the type of information. Not all information is shared.
Okay, tell me what types of information are shared.
We would share coverages, verbally discuss our liability decision.
Yeah.
And in some cases, we could share with permission photos of the vehicles.
So coverages, liability decisions, and photos are
Yes,
things you would typically share with another carrier like Liberty Mutual in this case.
correct.
What else?
That's it.
All right. And do you think that that may be why this is part of Mr. Bolles' GEICO file?
I don't know.
And James, just so I'm clear about where was that document produced in discovery?
By GEICO.
Okay, and that's I wasn't sure of. Grace handled that document production, so I was just clarifying.
Okay. I'm going to show you what it's previously been marked as number, is this 11, Madam Court Reporter? Thank you. What's 11? This is a declarations page, is that right?
Yes,
And this shows the bodily injury, property damage. Is that right?
yes, yes,
And that's what's available to pay to someone like Mr. Slaughter.
yes.
And that's when you had the conversation with Mr. Bowles about the coverage for his medical payments. That's what you were talking about, right?
Correct.
Now I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as exhibit 13. Is it 13? 12. Thanks. 12. This deals with these are documents provided by GEICO. to adjust the property damage claim. Have you ever seen these before?
Yes,
Okay. And so, there's first part, this is an estimate of what it would cost to repair the vehicle, right?
yes,
And this shows the total cost of repairs to be $15,281.13. Is that right?
yes,
And what you deducted from that was Mr. Bolles' deductible for his property damage?
that's what it shows for his collision coverage.
Yes, ma'am. So that's called, you call that collision coverage?
Yes,
And that his collision coverage is what pays his property damage when his vehicle is damaged or destroyed, right?
yes,
And because this was a total loss, then what you have to do is figure out as best you can what the valuation of the destroyed truck in this case was, right?
I guess that's what the auto damage adjuster do.
The what? The what
The
did you?
auto damage adjuster.
Yes, ma'am. And these are reports. This is reports. Let me scroll down to it. Yeah, the COMP, that stands for comps or comparable vehicles, right? Right here where it says comparable vehicles. Do you see that?
Yes,
And it's got 1, 2, 3, and 4. You see that?
yes,
1, 2, 3, 4. And this, you have a third-party vendor do this? Is that CC1 market valuation report?
James, I'm gonna object to this line of question. She's not a auto damage adjuster. She didn't adjust this claim on the vehicle. She can't testify about this.
Well, she testified she'd seen it.
yes, I could testify that I've seen it on the claim, but I don't know details about how they come about this information.
Okay. So you see where it reads comp 1? That's a 99 Dodge Ram 2500 quad cab. Is that right?
That's what it reads.
And comp 2 is also a Dodge Ram 2500 quad cab. Do you see that?
And it's a 2000, yes,
Yes, ma'am. And 3 is also a Dodge Ram 2500. Is that right?
yes, year 2000 as well.
Yes, ma'am. So all these are 2500s, right?
Yes,
And you understand Mr. Bolles' vehicle was a 3500, right?
I do not know.
Okay. And so if the property damage adjuster was using 2500s as comparables and his vehicle was a 3500 and he told him that all the comparables were identical to his truck, that would be an untrue statement, right?
Yes,
I mean, you agree that a Porsche 911 and a Porsche 914 are different?
numbers, yes,
Yes, ma'am. And now if we go on down to comp, there looks like a total of 7 comparables. Here's comp 4, that's a 3500. You see that?
yes,
Then number 5 is a 2500. Number 6 is a 2500. And we go on down here to number 7, that's also a 2500. Is that right?
that's what it shows.
That's a regular cab. These aren't even quad cabs, some of these, right?
Yes,
So if someone adjusted the property damage claim and 6 out of 7 of his comparables were not the same truck, and he told your own insured that they were the same truck, that would be an untrue statement, right?
I'm not familiar with specifics of this.
You know, based on my question, that would be an untrue statement.
I'm
Right?
gonna object to the form, the proper hypothetical, subject to that she can answer.
You may answer.
Could you reword it?
Sure.
Reword your question.
If someone at GEICO told the GEICO insured, in this case Scott Bolles, who had a Dodge Ram quad cab 3500, that the reason his number was as low as it was because that's just what it was, and that all of his comparables were the identical truck, i.e. a Dodge Ram 3500 quad cab. And, you know, the truth was that 6 out of the 7 comparables were 2500s, not 3500s, and some weren't even a quad cab. They just had 2 seats. That what that adjuster told Mr. Bolles would be false.
She can't testify about, objection, she can't testify about what somebody else said, didn't say.
Answer.
I don't know.
Okay. Would you ever tell a GEICO insured that your 7 comparables were just like his truck? If 6 out of the 7 comparables you used were a different model truck?
Object to the form of the question. She's not an auto damage adjuster. She doesn't know how comps work. She can't testify to that.
You may answer.
I don't know how that works.
So you would lie to a GEICO insured about the comparables?
She doesn't understand how comps work. She doesn't do that.
If you have an objection, make it.
Yeah, the objection is this is outside her area of expertise. She can't answer the question. She's not going to answer the question. She's here for the job that she does, not for somebody else's job.
Is it your testimony that it's all right for a GEICO claims adjuster to lie to a GEICO insured?
No, we
Okay.
don't lie to anyone, GEICO insureds or claimants.
Right. You have to be truthful with the insureds, right?
Everyone, yes.
Yes, ma'am. And that includes, like, if Mr. Bolles actually had coverage for his injuries and his medical coverage and lost wages, you would tell him that he did, right?
Under the claim that I was handling, yes, I would advise him of his coverage, proper
And,
coverage that would apply, yes,
and since he didn't have it, you told him he didn't have it.
for medical payments, correct, yes.
Did you talk with Scott Bolles about his lost income?
No,
Hold on, I've lost. Lost my screen. Did you discuss with Scott Bolles the injuries that he suffered?
Briefly, yes.
Yes, ma'am. And no payments were made to Scott Bolles for the injuries he suffered, because that's what his policy provided.
Not under his policy, not under the policy in which the claim in which I was handling. No payments was issued for injuries for him.
All right. The only other person that was handling claims was, what's his name? Adam Smith, right?
Adam Smith was at the time assigned as the property adjuster, the vehicle adjuster,
Okay. And you were handling the bodily injury claims.
the third party bodily injury claims. Yes.
Okay. Do your notes show that Scott Bolles spoke with anyone else other than you and Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Okay, who are they?
Well, no, I don't know. The notes show that your office spoke on his behalf.
Yes, ma'am. When you decided to pay Broderick Slaughter the policy limits for the collision on July 20th, tell me everything you did to investigate that claim before you paid that claim.
I would have to review back through the notes.
That's fine. Just tell me what pages you're talking about.
James,
Yeah,
give her a few minutes to review. I've got to use the restroom anyway.
sure.
Take a short break. She can do that.
All right. Take 5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll start with that. If she needs more, then we'll let you
All
know.
right. Ms. Redding. Is your lawyer back?
Yes.
I don't see him.
Not seeing you, James.
Hey, man, I didn't see you. I just want to make sure you were back.
Yeah, and just let me put on the record. Are we on the record? The information about Mr. Slaughter's claim has been removed from the claim notes because it's a wholly different claim. There could be confidential information about Mr. Slaughter. That's not a part of this lawsuit, so that's been removed. So she looked through the records, and there's nothing. Maybe a mention or two of him if we missed it, but that information has been redacted from the claim file, and that's why she can't tell you one way or another if she actually saw medical records or just a medical bill.
All right, well, we'll take that up. I mean, I have a different view. I mean, you paid Mr. Slaughter's claim based at least in part on your conversations with Liberty Mutual, right?
No, we made payment on Mr. Slaughter's claim because we received a bill from the medical provider that was over our policy limits. So we made a business decision because of the limits to protect our insured and pay the claim.
And that would be included in what was removed from your notes.
Yes,
Okay. You agree with, are you familiar with OCGA section 33634, state statute that requires fair practices in claim settlements? You familiar with that?
I'm not familiar, but if you want to read it or tell
Sure.
me.
You agree that unfair claim settlement practices are prohibited?
Yes,
And you agree that misrepresenting pertinent facts or insurance policy provisions related to coverages at issue are prohibited?
yes,
You agree that a claim has to be paid within 60 days after the insurer has received a demand for payment? If you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, she doesn't know. She just told me she doesn't know. That's fine.
I don't know.
And I think you were going to review the document you provided us today to see if there was anyone else. I know you and your lawyer shared that the Liberty Mutual stuff had been removed, so you wouldn't be able to tell about that. But were there other names in there that may have dealt with this claim, Scott Bolles' claim, involved Mr. Slaughter or Mr. Bolles?
That handled the property or the bodily
Any of them.
injury?
Yeah.
Yes, there are other names listed here.
And what are those names and what was their role?
I don't know their individual roles,
Okay.
but
I mean, she can go through and read it, or you can read it, but there were multiple GEICO employees that took the initial claim and those kinds of things. So there's other GEICO employees listed in there. They did serve different roles in this process.
But there were two claims adjusters, you and Mr. Adam Smith, right?
yes,
You handled the bodily injury claims and he handled the property damage claims.
yes,
And you said there were some other folks that took the initial calls, is that right?
in different departments, yes.
Tim, do you mind just reading that so we get it in the record so that when I can go back and read what I got from you midday today?
This is not starting from the beginning, but
I think it's in reverse chronological order. In other words, 103 is the first page or the day one. Is that right?
no, my 103 is August 20th is when I took over the file.
Okay,
Right.
so there are claim notes that have not been provided that were not your claim notes. Is that right? In other words, Adam Smith has claim notes and these other folks in there would also have claim notes.
James, so what what I made sure that we included is anything related to the collision coverage claim involving Adam Smith and anything related to Miss Redding's involvement in the case. That's what I made sure we put in these claim notes and produced to you. So
What I want to know, what I want to know now, were there any other claims adjusters to your knowledge other than you and Adam Smith?
Claims adjusters, no.
Okay. Anyone else involved in this claim? Those are the
No.
names that are in there. Well, there are other names in there, I thought you said.
There are other names from individuals from other departments that either took a phone call, handled paperwork, or something like that.
Okay. But Adam Smith would have his own claim notes, right?
whatever is in the claim notes that we provided to you is what would pertain to what Mr. Smith did. It would be included in what we produced.
Well, but they start a month after the collision. Nothing happened until August 20th. Is that what your testimony under oath?
No. James, and I apologize. She didn't have anything to do with what was produced in the redactions. I provided to you everything from the point that Miss Redding became involved in this claim through to the decision that was made at the end of the claim. So that's what you've been provided.
No, we need, so we're missing Adam Smith's case notes? Claim
No.
notes?
No, you're not.
Then we're missing from July 20th to August 20th?
That is, yes, because that was before Miss Redding's involvement.
Well, but we didn't limit the file to any GEICO employee's involvement. We asked for the entire file.
Well, I understand that. We objected and you didn't pursue it or send us a 6.4 letter or file motion to compel. So that
Well, we will. We've got to know. I mean, you didn't tell us that. Yeah, we'll file that.
well, but I provided this information because I wanted you to have everything we had that documented the communication between your client and Miss Redding and Mr. Smith, or who you're accusing of committing bad faith on behalf of GEICO. So
Well,
that's why
the accusation, but I think
right.
you can speak with your colleague about that. I'm going to adjourn this deposition until we get the balance of these documents and what was provided to us this afternoon. There's portions of that are withheld. There are documents that have been, there's a single page privilege log. 5.5 requires a lot more than this.
We'll prepare a separate privilege log with respect to these claims. I said we'll prepare a separate privilege log with respect to the documents that we just produced.
Well, we don't have any privilege log for that.
Well, you have we initially declined to produce any documents, any claim notes. Hang on one second because I've got to deal with a situation here.
All right.
Sorry, James, we're using another law firm's conference room and they're getting ready to close up here.
All right, well, that's probably a good time to adjourn. We'll I'll get you some 6.4 letters on this stuff, but I need to know, you can't not tell us what you're not giving us and expect us to write a 6.4 letter on that.
I don't disagree with you, James, and I think you're entitled to that. And we'll put together a detailed privilege log. And if we have to ask for an in-camera inspection by the judge, that may.
I usually do that by a joint letter, but I mean, I've also filed motions on it. I mean, I think it makes it a lot easier for the court if we tell them, what's what. But we'll get you something that won't be tomorrow, but and we'll reconvene after that. And,
Well, I'm gonna,
I don't know, I want to make sure we get our $7,000 worth, you know, so.
I'm gonna object to reconvening this deposition. I believe we provided you all the relevant information that you have to depose Miss Redding, but understand your point, and we'll just figure it out.
Yeah, I think I've got on the record our issues and that, you know, and I understand that you're at another firm's office and they're kicking you out. So
Yeah.
we'll take it up.
All right.
You get it resolved. I'm sure the court will help us resolve it. And thank you, Ms. Redding. You be safe. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye. Anything you need from me, Madam Court Reporter? Do you-
I
need to
have
say-
everything. I was gonna get Mr. Terrell's email address, but I should be able to get that.
Okay.
But I have
Thank you so
everything.
much for all your help.
Thank you. Are you gonna need your transcript, or will you just let us know that at another time?
Oh, no, we want it.
Okay,
Um,
also,
elec-
I only see,
Electronic and always the exhibits, electronic only though.
okay, I also only see 11 numbers in my chat for the exhibits.
You know which one we're missing?
Let me see here. I hadn't opened them up yet. Let me get your email address again.
Sure. It's James, James,
Okay,
at JHPII.com. If you just email me or Elizabeth or Addie and we'll
okay,
let you know.
okay,
I mean, whatever you're missing, we'll get
okay.
it.
All right, thank you.
Madam Court Reporter, hey, I jumped off too quick there, but we'll take a copy.
Okay, can I get your email address, please?
Yeah, it's CTERRETT at cmlawfirm.com.
Okay. Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Go with
Thank
the
you.
exhibits too, right? I assume he did. I didn't hear.
Okay,
All right. Take care.
thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.